Have you dreamed of bigger things for your life? Then you are in the right place. Each week, you will be given tips on how to change your inner dialogue, conquer your goals, and ways to step into a higher version of yourself. I'm your host, Lauren Kubat. I'm a motivational speaker who hosts personal development events. I'm a sought-after fitness instructor, a wife, and a mom of 2 young boys. I'm obsessed with all things personal development, and I believe anyone can achieve the life they want. Let the Become Your Vision podcast be the inspiration you need to step into greater things. Now let's go. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today, and Happy New Year 2021. Oh my gosh, it's going to be a great year. It's going to be way better than last year. I just know it. And I'm so happy you are tuning in and listening to me today. If you have been listening to this podcast for a while, I really appreciate you. You know, you've stuck with me since the beginning. I've been recording these episodes for about 4 months now, or maybe you are new to this show and this is the first time you are listening. I appreciate you. Thank you for choosing me to listen to today. So today's podcast is all about creating your own vision board. And if you're not familiar what a vision board is, I will explain all of that. But before we get into the episode, I want to share the review of the week. I pick a new review of the week every week. And this one comes from Lindsay Piers. She says, Lauren is one of the most motivating people I know. I always listen to her podcast as soon as it comes out and makes my day 100 times better. She has inspired me to focus on fitness more than I have in the past, and I am extremely grateful for that. Overall, Lauren is one of my favorite people to talk to, and I'm so proud of everything she's accomplished. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Let me know if you're listening to the show, and I will send you a gift card to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. Okay, so let's get into it. First and foremost, what is a vision board? Now, it's simply just a visual representation of your goals. And visualization is actually one of the most powerful mind exercises and actually has been used by Olympians and powerlifters. What they do is they imagine conquering their goal while training and competing, and they put themselves in that role. And it's been said that what you focus on becomes reality. And vision boards work by law of attraction and give clarity to your goals. Whatever you give energy and attention to will come back to you. So if you stay focused on the good and positive things in your life, you will automatically attract more good and positive things into your life. Now, that's not to say you will never face challenges or grief, but by having a focus and dreams and goals, it will help you to see the light when you are going through those really dark days. It gives you something to look forward to. And vision boards should focus on how you want to feel and not just on things that you want. So like maybe like a new car or things like that. But how do you want to feel? Okay. So what do you need to make a vision board? And honestly, it's not much. Your board can be as simple as a white piece of paper with sentences or pictures you have drawn. I've done that in the past. Or if you want to get a little bit more elaborate, you can incorporate magazine cutouts, quotes, affirmations, colorful lettering with like markers or crayons. And you want a board that can be placed in a spot that you will see every day. And you can use like a colored piece of construction paper or cardstock. I have used, a simple 8.5 by 11 computer paper before, okay? It can be simple. I know some people go crazy and they use like the trifold science boards. The problem with that is like, I want it to be in a place I can see every day, and I really don't want, this big board in my closet or something that, I'm going to have to like stumble upon. But if you're into that, that's fine. Do a big board. But When you are creating your vision board, there are different categories that I think it's important to think about. So the first category we have is relationship. So when you are thinking about relationships, you may think about the relationships that need some healing. Maybe you have a friend or a family member who is super toxic and you need to break free from them. And you've tried to heal this relationship and you just this relationship needs to be cut off in order for you to be happier. Are there relationships that you want to make stronger? Maybe there is a friend you're like, ooh, I'm really vibing with this person. I want to see if there's more to this relationship, this friendship, and I want to make it stronger. I want to see this person more. Maybe it's with your partner and devoting more quality time with them. When you're in a relationship for a very long time, it's easy to kind of go through the motions, and it's important to slow down and be like, am I giving this person quality time? And maybe that's you, and you have to think about, okay, maybe it's spending time away from our kids and going out to dinner or, watching a show together. Or, when you're thinking about your relationships too, it's very important to think about your children. Can you spend more quality time with your children where you are present, maybe going on little dates together? I love going on dates with our older son. He's 4. Our younger son is 2. So, we don't really go on dates yet, but my 4-year-old and I really enjoy spending quality time together. When you're thinking about relationships, like I said, maybe you want to have a close group of girlfriends and you don't have any friends. Maybe you're new to an area. Think about the relationships you want to build, and your goal would be to find these women and create a strong bond. So it kind of gets that ball rolling too, to think about how you want your friendships to be. When you think about it, you visualize what you want it to look like, and then go from there. Okay, how am I going to meet these types of people? So on and so forth. So when you are focusing on the relationship category, you can write sentences of how you want your relationships to be. And it's very important that you write your sentences in present tense, like you already have them. I have an amazing relationship with my husband, or I have an exceptional relationship with my children. Okay, it solidifies the goals. Or you can cut out pictures in magazines or print images off the internet that are a representation of how you want these relationships in your life to be. And maybe that's a couple holding hands. I did that one year. I had a couple holding hands, an older couple sitting on a bench. Or 1 year too, I found a piece of, rope online, okay? And I printed it off and I cut out the image because when you think of a rope, you think of that it's very, very strong and tight, and it's, really durable. So I wanted that rope kind of represented the relationships in my life. Okay, so the next category you have is career and finances. And some things you may want to think about in this section is maybe you want to make a career change. You want to start a business. You want to increase the amount in your savings account. Maybe you want to invest in real estate, pay off debt, or maybe it's to make more money. Okay, so think about things you want to represent the career and finances in this section. The third category is your home. Okay, so when you're thinking about your home, are there renovations that you want to do this year? Maybe you want to renovate the kitchen or bathrooms. Maybe you want to purchase new appliances. Are you an empty nester and you want to downgrade? You realize you have way too much space. You're not using it all. It's way too much for you to clean. Or maybe you're on the flip side of that. Maybe you're expanding your family and you need more space, so you want to upgrade. Are there areas in your house that need to be organized, or you just want to declutter, get rid of crap, okay? Maybe you want to hire a housekeeper or someone for laundry help, or maybe you want to invest in a meal prep service. So in this section, focus on how you want to feel in your home. Don't you want to feel like relaxed and like a sense of peace when you come home? You don't want to see crap and clutter and junk and mess everywhere. And I know with kids, it's very hard, but how do you want to feel in your home? Okay, the next category is travel. So, is there a big vacation you want to take that maybe you've always dreamed about? Or maybe your bucket list is to visit all 50 states. What states do you plan to visit this year that you can cross off your list? For me, my goal every year in this section is to take a vacation as a family with our boys, a trip for just my husband and I, and then a trip by myself with just my girlfriends. And I actually thought about this too. Like, I would be totally down for like a fourth vacation of just me, like renting an Airbnb all by myself or a hotel or something where I just like stay the night by myself. If you're a mom, I think you can relate to this goal. I remember before I had kids, I was like, ugh. Who goes to dinner or the movies like by themselves? Who like goes on vacation by themselves? Like now, I'm like, oh my gosh, that sounds like so freaking amazing. Like I can watch what I want. I can eat what I want. So I think in the near future that will be a weekend thing of mine is, once a year I go take a trip all by myself. Okay, and your travel things, I know. It's the beginning of 2021. Last year, so many things with COVID and not being able to travel. And that's still the case this year. So maybe there are local things that you can do that still let you explore and see things that are new. So don't completely cross out travel out of your 2021 goals, because I really think that this year will be the year of travel and things opening up again. Okay, the next category is personal growth. So in this section, you may think about things like spirituality, your social life, education, and health. And in this section, I like to include time for myself, which means time for me to journal, or maybe it's getting a facial or a pedicure once a month, or going shopping. One year, my personal growth goal was to read one book a month. And reading one book a month now for me is actually listening to a book on audio. So if you want this to be one of your goals for the year, I have a code for you. So you can listen to a book for free on Audible. You can head to audibletrial.com/becomeyourvision. That's Audible Trial, audibletrial.com/becomeyourvision. And I have a book recommendation for you too. I included this on last week's podcast. It's called Chasing the Bright Side by Jess Ekstrom. This is a must listen, and it's all about how we aren't born with success or skills. It's about trying, failing, and getting back up. And she shares how she uses optimism to get through so many challenges. And I like that Jess just talks to you like a friend, and she's super real. I will leave that in the information in the show notes. That book recommendation, if you're like, oh, I already read that. Another one that is really good is Winging It. If you are a female entrepreneur, or even just a female that just needs more motivation, that one is called Winging It. And I will leave that all in the show notes. So other things that you might include in the personal development section is just how to become better overall. You have to be your own cheerleader. You have to be your own hype squad. You have to think that you are the baddest bitch around, okay? And that takes daily work. And that was part of the reasons I was like, girl, you need to be reading more books that will get you to that level where you are believing it. Because I wasn't one that wasn't born with all this confidence, okay? It took time. And there are days that I still suffer with lack of confidence. Maybe you want to become better at drinking water. You know it's going to be better for your skin. You know it's going to help with weight loss. It's going to help you stay full longer. Okay, so that might be something you include in this section. Maybe it's taking care of your skin for years. That was actually up until this year, I was really bad with my skin regimen, and I made it a thing like, okay, I'm in my 30s now. You got to have a skin regimen. So maybe that's one of your things, is taking care of your skin better this year. Okay, the last category for your board can include cool things. I call this the cool things section. In this section, you want to think about, is there someone you want to meet this year? So when I was thinking about this, just dawned on me the last couple months of 2020. I follow Jess King on Instagram, and she is a Peloton instructor. And I teach spin. I teach indoor cycling, and I absolutely love it. And I just love her messages. She's just on this high vibe. She just seems somebody that I can get down with. Anyway, my goal this year is to take one of her classes in person. She teaches in New York, and they used to, before COVID happened, live Peloton indoor cycling classes. So when that opens up again, I would love to take one of her classes and see what it's like in person. So that was kind of something I put under my cool things section. And I don't really, when I create my board, it's not I have relationships and I put everything under relationships. And then I have the word travel and I put everything under travel. No, I just think of it as I have my categories and then I put images or sentences for each category. But if that's your thing, is to have the section there and then put things under that heading, go for it. Maybe there's a concert you want to go to, and hopefully live music will be a thing again in 2021. Is there a new hobby you've been dying to try, or something you want to cross off your bucket list? So some things I want you to remember, that the things that you put on your vision board, if they're very big, you may not accomplish them this year, especially if they're very audacious. But if they are really important to you, you will continue to put them on your board every single year. And this is my 4th year making a vision board. And there are a couple things that I've put on my board every single year that I've yet to accomplish. But I'm okay with that because I know they're big goals and I know that it's in my future. I'm manifesting it. I'm visualizing it. I'm thanking the universe for it, even though I don't have it yet. I know it's in my future. And those are the things that I will continue to put on my board every year. And there's no wrong way to make your vision board. You can't mess it up. You can make a collage of pictures or have sentences. You can include lots of color or keep it simple. This should be a fun thing for you to do. And you can even do it with a group of girlfriends. Actually, last week I had a meetup. I have a meetup every single month. You can join via Zoom, or if you're local in the Charleston area, we have been meeting in person. And we had a lot of fun creating, and one of the ladies actually said it was therapeutic. But if you aren't seeing your friends, you can do a Zoom meetup and do this together. Or this would also be something fun if your kids are old enough. You can do it with them, and this will help them focus on their goals. And it's cool for you to see what things they want to accomplish. And then you can have these conversations throughout the year, oh, how's that one goal going? Or, is there a goal that needs to be tweaked? So it should be fun. And creating a vision board can be done really anytime. Most people, or me, I tend to do them in the beginning of the year because it's just a fresh start. But every day is a new start. You don't need to have the new year to begin an exercise regimen or to create a vision board. Start at any time. And what I like to do as well is I like to leave a little bit of space on my board, because as the year progresses, I may want to add something to my vision board. And there was a couple things like in the fourth quarter of 2020, I was like, ooh, I really want to add these to my vision board. And I left space, and I was able to add to it. So you might want to leave a little space too. And some things like at the end of the year, you might see like you started with this goal. At the end of the year, it might not mean anything to you. And that's okay too. Your beliefs change, your goals change, and that is totally fine. You want to place the board somewhere that you will see every day. And another good idea is for you to take a picture of your board and use it as your wallpaper, your screensaver on your phone. So that anytime you go to unlock your phone, you see that image and you're visualizing, and it's always in your subconscious mindset. So one last thing before we go, I want to answer a question that my friend recently asked me. And she said, how do you make changes in your life when you feel like you have so many things you want to change? And my answer to that is it's okay to have like lots of areas that need improvement and things you want to change, but pick one thing that you cannot stop thinking of, and that has been a goal of yours for a really long time. And this goal might be even be a catalyst for other things in your life. I know for the longest time, one of my goals was to, really focus on my fitness. I was working out, really not seeing the results that I wanted to see, but I knew that I had to keep pushing, keep educating myself, keep trying new things. And I also wanted to build better relationships with girlfriends. And when I started going to the gym and going to fitness classes, naturally, the area of creating stronger bonds was happening because my goal was fitness. And then I was going to these classes, and then I was meeting girls, and then I was connecting with them. So your goal, one of your main goals, might be a catalyst for other things. Okay. So, you just might be crossing off things on your list that you didn't even think you would by focusing on that one goal. Okay, so I hope you love this episode. If you did, please leave a review on iTunes. You can't yet leave a review on Spotify. It means so much to me when I read these reviews. When you tag me on Facebook or Instagram and let me know that you loved this episode, share it with a friend. And if I'm being completely transparent with you, I have big goals for this podcast that I have put on my vision board this year. And how I will accomplish them is through you subscribing, through you leaving a review, sharing and tagging me. Even if you tag me every single week that you're listening to the show and you're like, oh, well, I don't know if she really cares to know that I listen. I care to listen, you guys. I really care that you're tuning in and tagging me. If you make your vision board, let me know. Take a screenshot of it and send it to me. I would love to see how you are incorporating this into your life. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, you got this. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you love this episode, make sure you are subscribed so you know when more episodes come available. My goal is to inspire others to become their vision, and one way to get the word out is with reviews. I would really appreciate it if you left an honest review on iTunes, and it would mean so much to me. Thanks again, and remember to go after the life you want. Bye, guys.